Listen, I know it's been 2 weeks already, just chill. The algorithm gonna fuck me up for this, but fuck it. Why did Kendrick Lamar abandon J. Cole? Please let me know. Let's get it.
This is not just a regular rapper friendship. This is my mother brother right here, J. Cole. Make some noise for my
15 years ago, J. Cole tried to sign a young Compton rapper named Kendrick Lamar. However, despite going on to produce for Kendrick's debut album, work on quote, countless unreleased songs together, and then both tease what could have been the most legendary collab album ever for over a decade.
That mixtape that y'all,
oh man,
it's like folklore, it's hip-hop folklore.
Album, man.
The Kendrick, J. Cole mixtape album.
And do you still have some stuff with J. Cole coming?
Yeah, we're gonna drop that out the sky though. I ain't gonna give no dates, no nothing.
We know for a fact that a Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole collab album exists somewhere out there on a hard drive.
Okay.
However, as we're about to see, thanks to everything that's went down these past 10 months, there is zero chance we'll ever get to hear it. Instead of close friends and collaborators, J. Cole and Kendrick are now dropping diss tracks at each other. But how did their relationship crumble so fast? And could it ever be repaired?
Bro, I clicked on this video to hear something that I've never heard before. You better not come with the same repetitive bullshit, bro.
Well, as the duo finally begins to shed light on their past drama, including this one specific bar from Cole giving fans hope,
Talk
in this
to me.
video we'll uncover the truth,
Wait,
including
what?
this one specific bar from Cole giving fans hope. In this video,
Oh, the Black Friday shit. Like, come on, bro. I know all this shit already, bro. I know that this February, but shit gets scary when I fucking run and drop. Even though when he said that, he wasn't referring to a him and Kendrick project. All he said was, this February, bet shit gets scary when I fuck around and drop. Not when we fuck around and drop, when I fuck around and drop. Did he end up dropping something that February? No, I'm pretty sure it was the February of 2016 or 2017. Nothing came that February or whichever year that was. But just because he hopped on Kendrick's beat and Kendrick hopped on his beat and they collabed on that song remix shit does not mean that they was about to drop a fucking album.
video will uncover the truth about
We not getting that shit. Just like we not getting a Black Hippie album.
Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Regarded as two of hip-hop's big three, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are arguably the best rappers to ever touch a microphone.
Facts.
However, the unfortunate truth is, the third member of the so-called Big Three and the most streamed rapper on the planet, Drake, is entirely to blame for Kendrick and Cole's sudden separation. Or at least, so you think. As we'll see in a second, J. Cole's loyalty to Drake stems back literally over a decade. But yet, as it turns out, before Drake was even seen here buying every CD he could of J. Cole's Born Sinner album back in 2013,
They probably got more of that, yeah? Hell yeah.
Fans are gonna come here and they can't get one.
and before Drake was shouting out J. Cole as his brother on stage in front of thousands,
I just want you to understand something. You are genuinely, without a doubt, one of the
Here we
greatest
go.
rappers to ever touch
Here we fucking go with the sentimental fucking speeches that they always do.
what if I told you that prior to forming this extremely tight friendship with Drake, what if I told you that prior to forming
Drake's hug was a little too...
What if I told you that prior
Fuck is that?
to forming this extremely tight friendship with Drake
Fuck is that?
dates far back, J. Cole actually found Kendrick Lamar first, and even discovered him before Dr. Dre. For the first time,
Yeah, we
I had
can
found someone that
celebrate.
loved this
We can
shit
all
as much
harvest
as
the
I
rap
loved it.
artists of
He calls J.
NWA.
Cole of meeting Kendrick in
For the
2010.
first time, I had found someone that loved this shit as much as I loved it. He took it at...
Took music just as serious and has a similar taste. It felt like your cousin coming over to your house. The first time that J. Cole and Kendrick met was 15 years ago at a photo shoot for the
Okay.
2010 XXL freshman list.
Facts, okay,
But
we know
despite
this.
guys like J. Cole, Nipsey Hussle, Wiz Khalifa,
R.I.P. to Nip.
Freddie Gibbs,
R.I.P.
and
to
Big
Nip.
Sean
All
named
money
to the
in.
list, Kendrick Lamar,
First
Nipsey Hussle,
off,
Wiz Khalifa, Freddie Gibbs, and Big Sean named to the list.
niggas is just gonna leave out J-Rock like that? Niggas is just gonna leave out J-Rock like that? You gonna acknowledge Freddie Gibbs, but not J-Rock. Okay.
Kendrick Lamar was not, but instead was at this photo shoot to support fellow TDE artist J-Rock, who did make the cover.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. That's why you ain't mentioned them.
Time in 2010.
I mean, Kendrick was in 2011 the following year.
Though, all J. Cole had out was his mixtape, The Warm Up, and Kendrick was yet to even drop Section 80. Then, after is J-Rock, who did make the cover. At this time in 2010, though, all J. Cole had out was his mixtape, The Warm Up.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, Vic. Alright, bro. We not even gonna get into this conversation again, because I be arguing the fact that I kind of believe a little bit that Cole was an industry plant. He is. He's an industry plant. You gotta understand, I've been a Cole fan for years, over a decade now. I know his story. Everything that he spoke about on the podcast, I already knew. There's something about his story that just doesn't sit right with me at all. From the come up to the warm up to Friday Night Lights, him meeting Jay-Z, him just having these connections, I don't believe that is as simple as he was down here, he worked his way up here. Of course he worked his way up there. Everybody has to work their way up to something. Just like Drake. Drake has always been Drake. Just because he has always been Drake does not mean that he didn't have to work himself up there regardless. In 09 and 2010, Drake was still Drake. He may not have seen his value, but Drake was still Drake. Of course, he still had to work his way up there, but put the work to the side. Nigga, why is Drake Drake? How did Drake meet Lil Wayne? How did Drake get himself into the industry? You think it was just off hard work? And no, the nigga had connections somewhere. He was on Degrassi. He is a childhood actor, which means that he has access to resources that the normal person who's just chilling in their basement, they bought music equipment, they're getting their beats off of YouTube, they're putting it out on SoundCloud. He has resources that that person in the basement does not have. Yeah, his story and Cole's story, they try to make it seem like as if they're coming from that position in the basement, when they're not. They have resources that everybody does not have access to. Therefore, my nigga, you're telling me, alright, hold on, because this is one of the main arguments that I have. You telling me that a nigga like Cole, who came from North Carolina to New York for college, he doesn't know nobody at all. His very first mixtape, which is The Come Up, is going to get hosted by DJ On Point. How the fuck does he know DJ On Point? How does this random ass nigga that came to New York from North Carolina for college, he don't know nobody, he don't know shit about shit, how did he get DJ On Point to host his mixtape? How? When DJ On Point is hosting famous mixtapes. You know, this is 2007, so DJ On Point, DJ Drama, like DJs is hosting mixtapes and shit. This is what they doing at the time. Even right now, DJ Drama still be hosting mixtapes. He hosted fucking Tyler the Creator shit. Call Me If You Get Lost. How is a nigga who's hosting Joe Budden mixtapes, probably Fab mixtapes, all of these well-known people, he's hosting their mixtapes, and J. Cole, a nigga who's a nobody, who came from North Carolina and don't know shit about shit, just so happened to land DJ On Point for his fucking very first mixtape. You're not tricking me. You're not tricking me. Now, of course, everybody has a story. Everybody has a come up. Everybody has to grind. But just because that story is there does not mean that he didn't have resources, bruh. He had connects to the industry.
And Kendrick was yet to even drop
But we not getting into that.
Then, after initially crossing paths at XXL, it wasn't until a listening party a few months later they both attended when they really got the chance to connect. And immediately, as soon as he heard Kendrick Lamar rap for the first time in his life, J. Cole knew he was a star in the making.
I met Kendrick at a time when all I had out was the warm-up. Nobody knew who he was. He didn't have a deal. He was signed to Top. I didn't know he was signed to Top. I actually wanted to sign him. But in my mind, he was the first person I ever found that I was like, yo, I'm telling everybody, like, yo, I'm trying to sign this kid. Like, yo, this nigga's nasty. Cause what happened was I was at a party in LA, this group called You and I, release party. We went, and at the party, you know, they had a few songs, and they brought this kid up. you know, short ass kid. I'm looking at this short, you know, dark skin. I'm like, yo, who's this kid? Like, and then he gets on the mic and murders. I'm a rapper's rapper, and I'm not easily impressed. You know what I mean? And when I saw him, I was like, what? When I heard him, I'm instantly like, I'm looking at Eve like, yo, this nigga's crazy. Like, I gotta go let him know that he's ill.
J. Cole, did you tell Dr. Dre about Kendrick?
Who told you that?
The two exchanged contact information and would stay in touch fairly often. Then, as Cole recalls, it was Kendrick who reached out for their first ever collab. Except there was just one thing. It wasn't for a feature verse. When I dropped Blow Up, a track off J. Cole's 2010 mixtape Friday Night Lights, and a track that Cole actually produced himself, I remember Kendrick hitting me like, bro, I need one of those, talking about how crazy the beat was. Then when I was out in LA, he came by No ID's studio and I linked with him. Cole continues, I played him the beat for what would become the track High Power, which would land on Kendrick's debut album. And when I played some beats for him, I was like, bro, you can have
see the
these
background, Section 80.
I remember he said, and it always stuck with me because I had never heard nobody say this to me before. He was looking at me like, bro, are you sure you want to give me these? I'm like, yeah, go ahead and take them. He was like, bro, you sleeping on yourself. And it struck me because it was actually the stone cold truth of my reality at that time. Back in 2010, J. Cole was grinding hard and really working to also establish his
I ain't gonna lie, as a producer, I never really
name as a producer
really fucked
as
with Cole
well.
as a producer.
And along with making the beat for the Section 80 single, High Power, clearly Kendrick Lamar was a big fan of Cole's production. Thus, it only made sense for Cole to then produce the majority of beats for their collab album together. We don't have a title or release date yet, Kendrick told XXL of this legendary project, but J. Cole got like 90% of the production so far.
This is me and J. Cole working on right here.
Show me that shit.
Now,
you see, you heard that beat? You heard that beat? I could tell that's a Cole beat. Nigga, I could tell that's a Cole beat. Like, I don't know, it's just something about it.
So far.
This is me and J.
Now, granted, this is old. This is old. So, obviously, he improved as a producer. But it's like, when it comes to his production, like, I could just, I don't know. It's the same thing as, you know, those 8 tracks that he released for the deluxe of Forest Hills Drive. Like, I hear those songs, and I could just tell why he left it off the album. Not saying that they're bad songs, but you know how you could just hear some shit and you can tell? I could tell why he left it off the album. Just like with his production, like it's something about it.
Working on right here.
It's something about it. And I could also hear why he didn't use the shit. Not to say that he doesn't have fire beats or fire shit that he's produced, because High Power is valid. But I'm just saying, overall, in totality, his production as a producer, that's not really what I fuck with Cole for. See, Kanye got both. Dr. Dre got both.
Now, we aren't sure if they ever made anything with that beat.
No, Dr. Dre don't got both. I fuck with Dre as a producer, not a rapper. Kanye got both.
In particular. However, these are far from the only 2 instances where each of them have teased this mysterious album. Cole and Kendrick not dropping a collab album is hip-hop's biggest crime, one fan comments. Possibly the biggest bucket list album we've never heard. It's no secret that a J. Cole Kendrick album would be massive.
It's crazy.
Again, we know that it exists, and the thing is that they both seemed like they wanted it to drop. So the question remains, why did it never come out? Did something go down behind the scenes? Well, prior to rapping that Kendrick Lamar, quote, fell off like The Simpsons, on his diss track last year, 7 Minute Drill, Lamar, quote, fell off like The Simpsons.
Wait, what?
Well, prior to rapping that Kendrick Lamar, quote, fell off like The Simpsons.
I came up in the Ville, so I'm good when it's tension. He's still doing shows, but fell off like The Simpsons. Your first shit was a classic, your last shit was tragic. Your second shit put niggas to sleep, but they gassed it. Your third shit was massive, and that was your prime. I was trailing right behind, and I just now hit mine. Now I'm front of the line with a comfortable lead. How ironic, soon as I got it, now he wants something with me. Nigga, don't nobody want shit with you. You mentioned him. In that first person shooter bullshit, which y'all niggas contacted him for him to get on. Nigga dubbed y'all, dissed y'all. Both y'all it ain't go good for neither one of y'all. And nigga had a second prime. No. That's ironic. Nigga talking about how ironic soon as I got it. No. That's ironic. Nigga said in this diss, your third shit was massive and that was your prime. Nigga, soon as he said this shit, nigga had a second fucking prime. Nigga had a second prime. Clearly, one of the best diss tracks of all time, most famous, most played diss tracks of all time, which won 5 fucking Grammys. Nigga performed in the Super Bowl halftime show, bro. Niggas don't just do that, bro. Don't go against the boogeyman, bro. Don't go against the boogeyman. Fuck around, close my eyes right now, say his name 3 times. He probably show up in front of me. Oh shit, look at him right there. Look at him right there. This shit crazy.
On his diss track last year, 7 Minute Drill, literally ever since the first studio session that Kendrick and J. Cole had, though, rumors have swirled about a collab album together.
This what happens. You light-skinned, you overly light-skinned motherfuckers want to stick together and shit. This what happens. This what happens. Cole, you should have never turned your back, bruh. You should have never turned your back. I understand you got gassed up for a little bit. Oh, that's Drake. Drake is up here. You probably never saw his fall off. You probably thought that he'll always be on top. Nah, bruh. Nah. Now you gotta eat that. Now you gotta eat that. And you should really be lucky that Kendrick ain't violate Chaz the way he violated Drake. Well, it probably wouldn't have been to the same degree. But you lucky he ain't diss you,
and
bro.
I guess it
How the fuck are we only 6 minutes into this video, bro?
Sense why. It's a lot of music, I'ma put it to you that way. Kendrick Lamar told Vibe magazine in 2010 about his work with J. Cole. It might not be just one song. With a massive mutual respect for each other's craft, the two began working on what they were calling Top Secret. And of course, this sent fans into a frenzy, instantly jumping to conclusions.
We did really, in that moment, talk about it. Then, a couple months before his first album came out, we worked on a bus, and he came to Fayetteville, we worked on a bus. But he came and we did a few more songs on the bus. So at one point, it was a real thing.
Cole admits that the album was real. But while the duo of Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole were still yet to release an official song together as of 2010, 1 year later at a meet and greet with fans for Section 80, Kendrick would preview this first sneak peek of a song with J. Cole.
Talk to me. Oh my god, same shit. Under this illusion, if under this illusion, I'm living a few illusion to try to pit the system as a form of prostitution. I'm ready.
This still unreleased track that Kendrick played, titled
We reacted to that song, bro. We reacted to that song.
Temptation was not only featuring J. Cole, but also produced by him as well.
Damn.
Yet they both just
featuring
not
who?
only featuring
Javante.
J.
Who
Cole.
the fuck is Javante? Oh, the nigga in the background. Even when temptation falls.
But also produced by him as well. Yet they both
shout out to Javante. They should have really got BJ the Chicago Kid for that shit.
Just continued to tease fans. One of my favorite songs on the project is a song called Shock the World. Kendrick said in a 2011 interview, Cole laid the first verse down and set the tone for the whole record. It's going to shake up a lot of people. Combined with then more interviews such as this J. Cole and Bootleg Kev one a year later, hype was skyrocketing for this already anticipated album.
Bootleg
and yes,
Kev.
they were calling it an album, not a mixtape.
That mixtape that y'all,
oh man,
it's like folklore. It's hip hop folklore.
Album, man.
The Kendrick J. Cole mixtape album.
And do you still have some stuff with J. Cole coming?
Yeah, we're gonna drop that out the sky though. I ain't gonna give no dates, no nothing.
However, obviously nothing would drop out of the sky, as another year passed with still no album. But at this point though, in 2013, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole were each becoming massive stars in their own right.
Facts.
Both riding extremely hot off the major success of their second albums, Kendrick's classic Good Kid Mad City and Cole's Born Sinner in 2013,
why you ain't call that a classic? Come on, bruh.
Which actually included the pair's first
Is it a classic? I don't know.
Official song.
Give me my space, Lord, and enough time to chase all these dreams. Now I mean I got no time to wait.
Forbidden Fruit.
Love my girl, but I told her
then,
straight
as they
up,
began to start
don't
and
wait
get
up.
serious about dropping
Coming
their
home
album
late,
together,
I'm drunk, we fucking
unfortunately,
made up.
this is where they ran into problems. Now I see why these joints don't
Used to
happen.
living free
J.
as a
Cole
bird,
pulled
but now I'm
MTV
laid
in
up,
2013,
feeling like a nigga
but
got
it's a different
handcuffs
thing when
on.
you
How
got
the
will
fuck
and
did my
both your
life
minds
become a
are set
damn
on
love
it.
song?
It should happen. What Cole was referencing here are the difficulties that come with releasing a collab album as two superstars. More specifically, all of the record labels that would be involved. And to make matters worse, at the time, Kendrick Lamar was signed to TDE, Aftermath Entertainment, and also Interscope Records, along with his publishing handled through Universal. Meanwhile, J. Cole was signed to Roc Nation, with his distribution managed through Columbia and his own Dreamville label. That's a lot of people you have to go through and make happy.
Hold on. Let me think about that. Let me think about what was just said.
Entertainment and also Interscope Records, along with his publishing handled through Universal. Meanwhile, J. Cole was signed to Roc Nation, with his distribution managed through Columbia and his own Dreamville label. That's a lot of people you have to go through and make happy. But yet, the two remain positive they could get it done. It's coming, J. Cole insisted again in 2013. We already got too many songs. Even if you just get an EP, you gonna get something. But we got that we holding in the stash.
Is there gonna be a Kendrick Lamar J. Cole album?
Man, definitely. I still would love to do it for sure. I talked to the bro probably a little bit over a month, and he's on the tour rocking, so we're gonna try to make something happen.
This question will be asked a lot, so I'll just answer it here. Typed J. Cole in a Reddit Q&A 10 years ago. Me and Kendrick have some really good songs in the stash, but haven't had a chance to properly work on a project. An album will come in the future, but probably not this year. I'm just happy for my guy. It's honestly crazy to
for my guy
say this, but 10 years ago now was 2015, and by then Kendrick Lamar.
Nigga, if you cannot say certain words, if you stop yourself from saying certain words, then you should not be reviewing hip hop.
And J. Cole were proven stars at the top of their game, having each just dropped another masterpiece, combined with J. Cole claiming that he was happy.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Each just dropped another masterpiece.
I've been going back to Pimp a Butterfly, because you gotta understand, bro. When To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I was a freshman in high school. So it was like, of course, I listened to it at the time. And I was fucking with it at the time. But being that I'm just a little freshman in high school and shit like that, it's like it ain't really resonate with me. Fast forward to now, bro, let me show you my Apple Music. Bro, I've been listening to Pimp a Butterfly. Let me show you what I got recently downloaded in my Apple Music right now. I got some Miguel. I got some Dave East. Dave East right there. He about to drop an album with Ransom. Dave East is doing a lot of collab albums, bro. Alright, I fuck with Dave East. Listen, I got Dave East. I got Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher and 38 Special. I got the new Jim Jones shit. You know, is he a Bronx? Is he a Harlem nigga? Fuck all that. Tell me what's the problem. I got Jim Jones, and then I got To Pimp a Butterfly right there. I got J-Rock right next to it, 90059. Then my man's Vic put me on the Muggsy Boguesy or some shit by Marlon Craft. And then, you know, I got Life of Pablo, Anniversary, 40's Drive, GNX, shit like that. I got Young Boy right there, the story of OJ. Listen, that's another thing. Young Boy, alright, we not even gonna get into that. They did something to Young Boy, bro. They did something to Young Boy. This Young Boy right here in the story of OJ is a different Young Boy from... Alright, bro, they did something to that motherfucker. The same shit that they've been doing to Kodak, even though the Kodak shit, I feel like is... Alright, we're not gonna get into that.
Combined with J. Cole claiming that he was happy for Kendrick.
Kodak is not really tweaking, bro. You think that Kodak is really in the middle of the street sitting down just eating chicken? Because he's on drugs? You believe that shit? Hell no. Hell no.
Well, at least back then he was happy.
I feel like he
Again, now he's saying Kendrick is past his prime, but as the two would keep bringing each other out at their shows over the years, it was clear they were genuinely good friends.
Another Down and Dream show, we got a special guest.
It's my turn.
I got blood on my dick because I the court. I'm nasty. When you pass me, nigga, look me in my eye and tell me to my fucking face you ain't ready to die.
As the year of 2015 came to a close, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole did have one surprise in store for their fans though. After watching Drake
Talk
and
to
Future
me.
release their smash collab album What a Time to Be Alive in September, just 2 months later in November of 2015, something happened which would send fans' hype to an all-time high.
Bro, I hate bitches who have me in their close fucking friends, and all they do is post fucking memes. All they do is post memes. This shit says, I got niggas that love me but never touched me. I don't gotta get shit out the mud. Siri, call my... What? I don't gotta get shit out the mud. Siri, call my mama. Bitch, take me out your close fucking friends if that's what you're posting. I don't want to see a green circle around your profile picture just for me to click it and see a fucking meme. What the fuck is this? That's what bitches is doing? I thought close friends was like some freaky shit. I thought close friends was like some freaky shit. Why can't you post that on your regular shit?
The day was Black Friday.
My fault, my
nowhere,
fault.
Kendrick and J. Cole decided to release remixes of each other's hit songs exclusively on SoundCloud. J. Cole would spit bars over Kendrick's Alright instrumental, while Kendrick put his own spin on the Tale of Two Cities beat. But Alright instrumental.
J. Cole Black
Kendrick
Friday
put his own spin on the Tale of Two Cities beat. But despite both tracks being a pleasant Thanksgiving surprise, it was these lyrics here.
Oh, that was on Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
In the outro of J. Cole's song, though, which instantly caught everybody's attention. Rapping.
But this February, bet shit gets scary when I fuck around.
When I fuck around and drop.
The song abruptly ends there. At first, many fans took this as February 2016 being the month for the release of Kendrick and Cole's album. Then,
like, that's y'all fault. That's y'all fault, including me. Because I felt for it as well. But it's like, come on, bro. That was our assumption. That was our assumption, thinking that just because they dropped the remix to their beats that now they was going to drop their collab album. No, bruh.
To add significantly more fuel to this theory, Kendrick Lamar's sister, Kayla Duckworth, also made this Facebook post, not only telling her followers to go check out her brother's new song, but then confusingly adding here, not only telling
Kendrick got a sister?
Lamar's sister, Kayla.
Okay.
Duckworth.
Same parents? Okay. I think I could see it in the cheeks. I could see it in the cheeks.
Also made this
I kind of see it in the eyes. Okay.
Facebook post, not only telling her followers to go check out her.
Damn, she got Kendrick DNA.
Her brother's new
Shorty crazy
song, but then confusingly adding.
I'm just playing. Go check out.
He's saying it. What many fans believed was the album's leaked release date.
Oh, to you guys, it's definitely some fire as usual, but go listen to it. You won't regret it, I promise. Collab drop February 16th, so be on the lookout. Also, it was her fault. It was Kayla's fault.
Collab drop February 16th, so be on the lookout as well. However, despite anticipation through the roof, February would come and go without even a mention of an album. In fact,
without a
months would pass
single.
with still no new news. The most info we'd get was this tweet in 2017 from Top Dog President Punch, who even he didn't seem like he knew what was going on. I was just playing about that Dot and Cold joint. It's coming for sure, maybe. I don't know, it might happen. Actually hit them. Months continue to
I ain't gonna lie.
pass by.
Yeah, I was gonna say this right here is the 4 years only era. So if the Black Friday shit came out November of 2015, I believe that February 2016. Wait, but hold on, cause first off, for Cole to even say some shit like, but this February best shit gets scary when I fuck around and drop. Let's just say if he was referring to 4 Your Eyes Only when he said that line. 4 Your Eyes Only wasn't even an album. It wasn't even an album for that should have him saying shit like, I bet shit gets scary when I fuck around and drop. Niggas, nothing about 4 Your Eyes Only will have niggas worried, bro. At all. So it couldn't have been 4 Your Eyes Only. And if it was 4 Your Eyes Only, it probably got pushed back because 4 Your Eyes Only did come out in 2016. In December. So he did drop something in 2016. So if four y'all's only couldn't have been what he was referring to, bruh. Because what the fuck do you mean bet shit gets scary? Off 4 y'all's only? Nigga, have you heard 4 y'all's only? That ain't nothing to be on some bet shit gets scary. Hell no.
And any hope we'd ever get to hear this collab album was diminishing, continuing to still pop out at each other's shows, including Cole, who made an appearance on the Damn tour.
You see? Cole clearly has an issue showing affection, because while earlier in the video Drake was doing the most with the hugs, now Kendrick is leaning in the most. Cole, hug these niggas back, bro. What the fuck? Nigga, hug him back.
To still pop out at each other's shows, including Cole, who made an appearance on the Damn tour in 2017.
One finger, everybody. Side, top, bottom, left. Everybody up top, I see y'all and shit. I put a finger in the sky.
Despite no bad blood between the two, at least at the time, a year later in 2018, J. Cole would speak again about the possibility of an album with
and that was a complete dub.
Kendrick. But unfortunately, it was far from what fans
now
wanted
it's a
to hear.
complete
So does this
dub.
mean there'll never be a Kendrick and Cole album that everybody seems to think is happening?
Not for that reason. It's not that I wouldn't want to work with him. That's not the case.
So that's not a real thing. That's like some fantasy thing.
It's not. It didn't come from nowhere. It came from us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not like it's something that's actively happening.
They shouldn't get their hopes up?
Nah.
J. Cole told fans
shit crazy, bro. I saw that interview.
They shouldn't get their hopes up, but also took responsibility for both of them leading us on for so many years.
Did.
And then, aside from a short 2-bar chorus from Kendrick, on the intro track Under the Sun for J. Cole and Dreamville's Revenge of the Dreamers 3, the last we heard of this Kendrick collab tape was in 2023, when J. Cole went on Lil Yachty's podcast and said this.
But bro, time in life, we ain't never got a chance to like really go in. And bro, when you got two successful artists with lives and families, it's like, bro, that's hard to do.
Cole put the collab album rumor.
Nigga, everybody does, nigga. Jay-Z and Kanye does, and they're two of the biggest. They came together and dropped the collab. Jay-Z is as big as it gets. Nigga dropped the collab with Jay Electronica. The fuck is you talking about?
To rest for the final time. Understandably so, fans were sad and disappointed about what could have been. But just a year and a half ago, though, when J. Cole said that on Yachty's podcast, Cole and Kendrick appeared to still be good friends. That's my man, first and foremost, J. Cole stated back in 2010. I just feel proud because I've always seen it. The truth is, J. Cole was really one of the first rappers to ever co-sign Kendrick Lamar, and has literally been there since the beginning, watching him grow into the star he is. However, on the other hand...
Whoa. Bring that back. Because I don't think that's a fact.
J. Cole was really one of the first rappers to ever co-sign Kendrick Lamar.
That's cap. Because let's just say if that Cole co-sign came in 2010, that's not a fact. Because in 2009... Lil Wayne already co-signed Kendrick. In 2009, Lil Wayne already co-signed Kendrick, and he allowed Kendrick to drop that C4 mixtape, which was Kendrick taking all of the beats off of the Carter 3 and jumping on them, releasing it as a mixtape. He introed that mixtape with a little interview with Lil Wayne speaking about J-Rock and Kendrick and TDE and shit. Lil Wayne was really the first artist, come on, bro, 2009 off of the Carter 3. Lil Wayne is the hottest motherfucker out. He was the first one to co-sign Kendrick.
And has literally been there since the beginning, watching him...
Well, one of the first.
...grow into the star he is. However, on the other hand, they say sometimes you have to cut certain people off along your journey. And little did either of them know, but the year of 2024 would go on to destroy Kendrick and J. Cole's friendship forever. As nobody could have predicted what happened next. They act like two legends cannot coexist. J. Cole raps on the chorus of his 2019 hit Middle Child, although Kendrick is determined to stand alone at the top. 2024 would prove to be the year which saw Kendrick and Cole go from friends to enemies, but it was actually a song from the year prior that kicked everything off. And despite ironically starting his verse, "Dude's so thirsty to put me in beef, dissecting my words and start looking too deep," J. Cole's first song ever with fellow superstar Drake, titled First Person Shooter, would go on to do exactly that. Ignite the biggest rap beef in history. And caught up right in the middle of it all was none other than J. Cole. As I mentioned earlier, and as I'm sure you guys know, J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake make up what is often considered hip-hop's big three. Even J. Cole agrees too, as he would rap these lyrics on First Person Shooter.
Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started a league.
First Person Shooter would surprisingly become J. Cole's first, and as of now only, Billboard #1 hit of his career. Can you imagine the numbers a collab album with Kendrick would have done though? But combined with then bars from Drake bragging and comparing himself to Michael Jackson with all of his hits, despite rumors that Kendrick Lamar was also asked to feature too, but declined, there was no denying though that Kendrick took offense to this song and to Drake and J. Cole teaming up. And what came next would not only shock the entire music industry, but also the entire world.
As long as there has been rap, we have had rap beefs. If you've been on social media at all recently, you've probably seen this latest one.
This all started when Drake and J. Cole had this song called First Person Shooter.
Kendrick Lamar versus Drake was national headlines everywhere you looked. However, as a close friend and collaborator of both for over a decade, J. Cole was again dragged into this whole beef too, which absolutely exploded on March 22nd, 2024. As a hidden feature on Future and Metro Boomin's first collab album, Kendrick Lamar surprised us all by sending shots at both his peers, Drake and J. Cole, quickly dismissing this idea of a big three. F sneak dissin', First Person Shooter, I hope he came with 3 switches, raps Kendrick on the song like that. Mother F the big three, man, it's just big me. As Rob Markman of Genius puts it, Kendrick was drawing a firm line in the sand. His stance is, you can't just say you're the greatest, you're going to have to prove it.
Feel like the big three, like we started a league. Kendrick is saying, nah, that is just me. It ain't no three, it's me, and then whoever wants smoke.
Fans were hoping this would finally mean we'd get to hear these stars duel it out on the mic. As this whiteboard on Drake's tour read, the rap game will never be at peace, there will always be competition. Everyone wants to be the one. But while that is true, if we know anything about rap beefs from the past, we know that it's also true that they can get personal extremely fast. And looking back on it now, not only did this beef get pushed to lengths we've never seen, including Drake now trying to take it to court, clearly this was not the path that J. Cole wanted to take against his former friend. And as we'll see in a second, his new song confirms this as well. His former friend though, who again keep in mind only 5 months earlier, J. Cole was talking perfectly fine about Kendrick and their friendship on Lil Yachty's podcast. So how did everything crash down so fast? Well, although Kendrick's bars on Like That were aimed more at Drake rather than Cole, as the other member of this so-called Big Three, which Kendrick also said them in his verse, and not to mention that when Like That released and a bombshell was dropped on the entire rap industry, J. Cole actually happened to be on tour with Drake at the time.
Like.
So in the shoes of
why the fuck is niggas always like why no these two motherfuckers specifically, why is they always hugging on stage and
J.
shit?
Cole?
Like why do they always have to let it be known that they fuck with each other and shit? Why does it always have to be a speech about how much of brothers they are and shit like that? The fuck is you talking about? Also, did Cole not just say that him and Kendrick are like two busy people with families and shit, and they just haven't came across getting in the studio and shit like that? Nigga, you and Drake are big artists as well who have families as well. Yet y'all put time aside to go on tour together. Y'all put time aside to go on tour together. Listen, you gotta understand, sometimes when these artists and celebrities say shit, they're not really saying it because it's the truth. They're saying it because they're social media trained. Okay, so they're not just gonna be out here spewing anything. They're gonna say the shit that sounds good. Feel me? Especially a nigga like Cole. He gonna keep it very PC. But it's like, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Of course Cole has known both of them for years, mad long. He also has seen the back and forth between Kendrick and Drake. He's very well aware of the fact that there is something there that's always existed for years, not just 2024, for years. He's aware of the fact that something has existed. And although him and Kendrick have linked up throughout the years, damn tour, all this shit, it's like as time went on, it seemed as though Cole fell more on towards Drake. Like that relationship, that friendship, he fell more towards Drake's side. So if that's how it is, it's like, I bet you chose a side. You chose a side. Now for that, stay over there. And you see what's happening over there. You see what's happening over there. You chose a side, but you ain't choose correct.
There was no running from this beef, as just about everybody started picking a side in rap's 2024 Civil War. J. Cole was forced to make a decision one way or the other. Yet, surprisingly, before Drake even got the chance to get in the studio and respond back,
I know they say you make your own
bed,
but
inside, J. Cole would give in to the internet's pressure and actually respond with a diss track of his own for Kendrick. Originally featured as the outro track for his new project Might Delete Later, which, judging from these vlogs that were posted months prior, Cole had already been planning to drop this project before this beef happened. But obviously his diss response, titled 7-Minute Drill, was recorded recently, as it would hear J. Cole take multiple light jabs at his former collaborator. Now, it's important to repeat though that I said light jabs, with bars calling Kendrick's discography boring and inconsistent, such as "Your first was classic, your last was tragic," referring to Kendrick's albums, claiming his 2022 Mr. Morale was tragic. "Your second album put people to sleep, but they gassed it. Your third was massive, and that was your prime." Then another bar about his relevance.
"If he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing her."
As well as rapping that Kendrick fell off like The Simpsons. Seen as more of a warning track, it was obvious that J. Cole was hesitant about even responding from the very start. Which, given their long past history that fell off like The Simpsons, seen as more of a warning track, it was obvious that J. Cole was hesitant about even responding from the very start. Which, given their long past history that we just learned, makes a lot of sense. "Lord, please don't make me have to smoke this man, cause I with him." Cole even raps on this same diss. However, despite being this man, cause I with him.
But push come to shove on this mic, I will humble him. I'm Nino with this thing. This that new Jack City meme. Yeah, I'm aiming at G Money, crying tears before I bust at him. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Niggas really took that Mr. Morale shit and ran with it. Niggas took that Mr. Morale therapeutic shit that he was on and ran with it. They thought that he lost it. No, not at all. Not at all. Far from.
Cole even raps on this same diss. However, despite being named 7-Minute Drill,
you got too caught up in exchanging gifts with Drake. You got too caught up in being in a Rolls Royce, driving a Rolls Royce with Drake. I still remember that video. You got so caught up in receiving watches from Drake. Which, come to think of it, Drake probably had foresight in everything that was about to happen. Nigga kept comparing himself to Michael Jackson. He's gonna go... I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying he's beefing with a label just like Michael Jackson was beefing with Sony. You saw what happened to Michael Jackson. I don't know what's going on between, but you see the route that his career is going as well. Before Michael Jackson died, you saw the shit that they were putting on him. Now Drake, you see the way his career is going, and now you also see the shit that they're putting on him. How ironic that he'll compare himself to Michael Jackson. How ironic that they'll even allow the fact that he can even beat Michael Jackson records. That shit shouldn't even be possible. But they allowed it with Drake. I wonder why. The whole shit is a setup. Now, Drake probably had foresight in everything that was about to come. He ain't know when it was going to happen. He ain't know how it was going to happen. But he probably had a feeling that something was going to come. So, what did he do? he started to do all this shit, extra shit. Oh, trying to get people on his side, maybe, which is why when the shit started and Cole released 7 Minute Drill and he took it back on Dreamville Fest and apologized on stage, that's when Drake then later on came and started coming at Cole saying, oh, motherfuckers, niggas ain't gon', oh, Cole backed out but not me, all this shit, throwing shots at Cole on his fence and shit like that. It's like, that's what happens. A motherfucker tries to buy your relationship or your friendship, then you do something they don't like, you don't have they back, now they turn around and start dissing you. It's like now all that brother shit that you was talking about on stage, all that love shit that you was talking about on stage, all of that shit is out the window. And then Cole's bitch ass wants to turn around on Port Antonio. Like, come on, bro. I'm not...
7 minutes is just a little shorter than the amount of time this diss track stayed released.
Because I never expected no shit like this from Cole. He going outside, bro. But like I said before, I let it go. Why? Because he released the podcast. He gave me a deluxe on Four Hills Drive, so I'm going to let what happened in 2024 go. But still, come on.
And as it now turns out, J. Cole's next decision would not only lead to the most backlash he's ever received in his career, but also, in the eyes of some fans, may have just maybe opened the possibility the two could rekindle their broken friendship. If
what?
For being honest, J. Cole has never claimed to be some hard street rapper. And after dissecting the lyrics, again, the majority of Kendrick's disses were aimed at Drake. But as fans eagerly waited on the edge of their seats to see how this three-way beef would play out, just 2 days following the release of J. Cole's new mixtape and diss track, he would host his annual Dreamville Festival in North Carolina. A weekend full of big-name performances we can see here. However, as Cole himself took the final stage to close out his sold-out festival, although admitting he fully knew the response that this would elicit, J. Cole's closing speech left everybody in shock.
It's one part of that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my life, right?
Yeah, smart.
And I know...
Get on that stage and apologize right now.
This is not what a lot of people...
Very smart of you.
Want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there.
Because you saw how shit went.
Nah, don't do that. But I got to keep
You saw how shit went.
I damn near had a relapse, right? And I was conflicted.
A relapse, huh?
Because, one, I know my heart.
Yo!
I feel about my peers. These two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase. So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way. But the world want to see blood. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit disrupts my peace. So what I want to say right here tonight.
Nigga, no. You see, now that I'm listening to this again, I'm not buying that shit, bro. I'm not buying that shit. Cole is not a freestyler. He is a writer. He's not going inside the booth with no, oh, put the beat on, punch in, shit like that. No, he's a writer. He wrote the shit. He recorded the shit. No, he found the beat for the shit. When he found the beat, he was very well aware of how he was gonna approach the song. So he found the beat with the intent of doing that. He wrote it, recorded it multiple times, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't one take. So you fucked up multiple times. Re-recorded it, all this shit. You listened to it on the big speakers in your studio, and you released it on Might Delete Later. So it's like, now you want to say all of this, oh, this shit wasn't sitting right in my spirit. Oh, it wasn't sitting right in my heart when I re-listened to it now that it's out. Nigga, before it came out, you already listened to it mad times. Nigga, it came from you. You wrote it down. You rehearsed that shit mad times. You read it to yourself mad times. You heard it mad times. But now that it comes out, what really fucked with you was not the fact that you wrote it and said it. It was the reaction you got. That's what fucked with you. Which is another issue that I've always had with fucking Cole, bro, throughout his career. Nigga always felt pressured from people to do shit, which is why I hate Middle Child. Which is why I hate that little auto-tune era that he fucking didn't. That little short period of time, like the KOD time and shit. The Middle Child era and shit. When he was using heavy auto-tune and shit. Nigga, he's not using auto-tune because he wants to. He's using auto-tune because of the pressure of today's music industry. That's what motherfuckers wants to hear. Nigga, your fan base does not want to hear that shit. At all. Everybody ain't Kendrick. Everybody can't do what Kendrick does. And everybody can't do what Drake does. Stop trying to swerve into other motherfuckers' lanes and shit, bruh. Not everything ain't for everybody. Just stay in your lane. Do what you do. I'm not buying all of this. It's set wrong with my soul. Spiritually, it wasn't right for me and shit like that. Nigga, you heard this shit mad times. You knew exactly what that song was, and you still released it. Now that you hear the feedback, and now that motherfuckers made phone calls behind the scenes and started saying shit to you, putting shit in your head and saying that this shit ain't about to go the way that you think it's about to go. This shit ain't about to be no friendly shit how you think it's about to be. Now niggas want to apologize. Now shit ain't sit right in my spirit. Now in my heart I ain't feel good about the shit. Nigga, you spent mad time with that record. Why didn't it not sit, you know? Why didn't it feel wrong in your spirit when you heard it the first 20 times? As niggas was mixing it, engineering it, mastering it.
Is in the midst of me doing that, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's catalog and his greatness. I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest?
Look. Yo, come on, bro. You see?
Dreamville, y'all know Kendrick Lamar, correct?
Come on, bro. Come on.
As do I.
It's certain shit I try to suppress, and now you're reminding me.
Not even 48
now you're
hours
reminding
after
me
releasing
again.
his diss track,
That podcast shit is about to go out the window in a second. Just
Cole
chill.
was walking back his previous actions. As he said, due to days of not sleeping, because he was so deep in his head to the point where he literally almost relapsed, J. Cole then came to the decision to publicly apologize to Kendrick Lamar for the way he moved. But it didn't stop there.
I say all that to say it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. All good.
Oh.
Yo, E, we taking that song off of streaming services, nigga. My niggas is gonna have to deal with it.
In addition to apologizing, J. Cole announced that he was going to delete 7-Minute Drill off of all streaming platforms, quite literally living up to the project's name. As the caring and compassionate dude he is, Cole simply did what he felt was right. However, despite acknowledging that he knew it would let a lot of his fans down...
but that's another thing that crossed my mind. It's like he dropped 7-Minute Drill on a project called Might Delete Later, which he ended up deleting a song later. It's like, come on, bro. It's like, I don't know what the fuck is real or fake. It's like some shit be too aligned for it to be a coincidence. The nigga's project name is Might Delete Later, and he ended up deleting the song later. It's like, what? What? That shit ain't no coincidence. And if it is, that's a wild coincidence, bro.
That is exactly what happened.
J. Cole, bro. What are you doing, bro?
Exactly.
J. Cole apologizes to Kendrick Lamar for dropping the diss track. Bro, ain't no way.
Disappointed that their favorite artist basically self-removed himself from this battle of the big three, pointed that their
April 7th will really go down as J. Cole fans 9/11. April 7th. Kendrick said in the Heart Part 4, y'all got till April the 7th to get your shit together. Y'all got till April the 7th to get your shit together. And that was in 2017. 7 years later, April the 7th. Nigga, Cole does this bullshit. It's like everything is just working. Everything is working out too good for Kendrick, bruh. Too good for Kendrick. 5 Grammys, April 7th, Super Bowl performance. Nigga about to go on tour with SZA. SZA look good. God damn, bruh.
Artist basically self-removed himself from this.
Nigga got his own label, but still fucks with his old label. What?
The Big Three, which fans have been waiting for years. But while I get that people are mad, because even if Cole was conflicted, he did still make the final decision to drop his diss. At the same time though, others like to argue that J. Cole simply saw where this beef was headed, then realized he didn't want to be involved, and owned up to his mistakes like a man. Cole is a very genuine guy, reads this tweet from Top Dog's Punch a day later. I respect it. We often give in to external pressures and outside influences and act out of our own character. It's rare to have enough heart to make the correction. It didn't align with him, so he fixed it in the same manner he engaged. Salute.
Publicly. Word. Word.
But regardless of how you personally feel, this risky decision to apologize will forever be remembered in J. Cole's career. And although this courageous move did show us that at least J. Cole is potentially open to working together again, however, how did Kendrick respond? Despite his viral apology, this hasn't changed the fact that we still haven't seen Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole together in years. Honestly, I don't even think they've linked up since before the pandemic in
Bro, this video is not about to hit an hour. Hurry the fuck up.
Some fans like to speculate that Cole possibly reached out to patch things up with Kendrick behind closed doors, which I suppose could be possible. But as of the time I'm making this video, Kendrick Lamar has not said anything else about J. Cole. He just released his new GNX album in November, and it seems like it's back to business. However, that is not the case for J. Cole. One random Wednesday night on October 10th, 2024 to be exact, fans were met with a new surprise track from J. Cole as soon as they opened Instagram. Now, I've already dove into this strange trend of rappers dropping songs on Instagram in a previous video, but titled Port Antonio, this new single from Cole would hear him touch on his chaotic year, and finally explain in more detail why he backed out of the beef. Rapping, I pulled the plug because I've seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make they pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. And then, finishing out with this bar, which sums up his entire mindset in one sentence. I wouldn't have lost a battle dog, I would have lost a bro.
I pulled the plug because I seen where this shit was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle dog, I would have lost the bro. I pulled the plug because I seen where this was about to go. Nigga, I thought you pulled the plug because this shit wasn't sitting right in your spirit. Like, what the fuck? I thought it wasn't sitting right in your spirit. I thought mentally it was too much. In your heart, you ain't feel good. In your spirit, it ain't sit right with you. Now you pulled the plug because you saw where it was about to go. Nigga, which one is it? You see, this is the shit that I hate about this nigga, bro. Is all of this back and is like, this motherfucker has a tough time making decisions, bro. Oh shit. He has a tough time making decisions. He don't know what side of the fence he wants to land on. Nigga, is you gon' diss? You see, and that's another thing. Bro, one of the main things that bothered me about this shit is all of these years, this nigga has always been talking crazy. Saying nobody wants this, nobody wanna battle, nobody wanna do this shit. They know I'ma kill him, all this shit. Nobody wants to ask for a feature. That little feature run he went on and he was just killing everybody. It's like he was just talking all of this shit, all these years. And the moment the shit comes to his doorstep, nigga wants to back out. Nigga wants to apologize and remove tracks. It's like he's confused. It's like he has this image of himself in his head, but in reality, that's not really him. That's not really him. Which is another argument that I will have with Vic. It's like, oh my God. Alright, bro, we not gonna get into this because this shit, oh shit. Oh, nah, you bugging. This is not hitting an hour, bro.
J. Cole,
Yeah. We know all this already, bro. Come on, like this shit is about to hit an hour. This shit gonna take 4 fucking hours to upload.
With that being said, but yet, J. Cole, such as being is simply that Cole knows about everything he has called Drake out for, such as being a culture vulture or his love for But yet, J. Cole continues to be all buddy-buddy with Drake. His love for But yet, J.
Nigga, you have to blur out underage girl? Even that is a what? Yeah, I'm out of here, bro. Nigga, you have to blur out underage girls. Like, that's a that right there is I understand the PDF word. Bro, get this sensitive shit the fuck. That's the end of this video, bro. I'm gonna see you on the next one, bro. I'm gonna holla at y'all.